Hey, it's Clayton, and in today's video, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I love. And the reason I'm going to talk about what I love is because I would love to continue to attract more of this into my life. And I believe that when we bring attention to something that we love, we create more of it. So the first thing I'm going to show you that I love is this. I love mountains. I am up here in the mountains of Colorado. We got our first snow at about 10,500 feet up here. And the seasons are changing, no doubt. It's a little sad, but it's quite a wonderful time of the year. It actually feels like the sunset of the year with the leaves starting to turn yellow, although there's no aspens in this area. But it's still absolutely stunning. So a couple things have been going on with me lately that I want to share with you. And this message is going to land with the folks that are perhaps cut from a similar cloth. So I have been in a beautiful transition, having gotten married to my wonderful now wife. I've known her for 10 years, and she is... And we have been walking a beautiful path together, and it's been incredible. It's been really bringing up a lot. It's been challenging at times. There's been a lot of growth. I've learned a lot about myself. And in that, knowing and learning a lot about myself, I feel the need to kind of talk about what really brings me to life in the work that I do with people. So as I talk about this, I want you to examine your situation and see if you can relate to any of these folks. So over the years, I've been doing this for about 12 years now, coaching, specifically transformational coaching around relationships, as well as people's relationships to business, their relationships in the work they do, their personal relationships, and it's been incredibly rewarding. I have a number of clients that I've worked with over the years that I absolutely love, and some of them I have went on hikes and had coffee with, and just are incredible people that I feel blessed to have had the privilege of walking next to them for a certain period of time. And for some of them, I am still walking next to them in a coaching partnership. And it's really, truly a beautiful thing. All of these people have something they all have something in common. And the thing that they have in common is they are incredibly intelligent. They take responsibility for their life. They have a growth mindset. They value learning and growing and have high openness. And there is a way in which they're also just up to some really awesome things in the world. Some of them work for companies, and they hold positions in those companies that have a lot of responsibility. And some of them have created companies, from law offices to dentist offices to publishing companies, to digital marketing companies. Some of them are coaches, you name it. There's a ton of different types of people that I work with that fall into this category as well. Doctors, athletes. And what they all have in common around that too is that they are winning in some area of their life, meaning that they know what success feels like. They know what it feels like to really hit a flow state, to find those places where perhaps their genius is recognized and they can step into excellence within themselves. Maybe it's not all the time, and maybe they want to step into more excellence more of the time, which is one of the reasons people engage with me. And some of the challenges that they end up running into often are they find me in the midst of a breakup or some type of relationship breakdown. And that is typically the gateway, the access point to a lot of the way that people have found me over the last 10 years. And then the work that we end up doing, it goes right down to the root system. And in that root system, it's where everything in their life is actually connected. It's their work is connected there, the way that they are and show up with friends is connected there, the way that they are in relationship with their value, their voice, their creational power to influence and impact and create in the world. It's all related to these root systems when we get down there and start to excavate them and look at them with respect and start to reorganize them and shift them. And so everything in their life begins to rise as a result of this work. Now, one of the things that I've been doing more and more is getting really clear that these are the types of folks that I love to work with. These are the types of folks that I want to be more actively engaged in. I've worked with many of them, more than I can count, over the last 12 years. And a lot of my work is moving more and more in that direction. So if you find yourself right now as somebody who is a business owner, a professional in some sense, an executive, and there are challenges that you are facing, maybe you're in the midst of a transition, maybe you're finding yourself not being able to hold boundaries, or there's a way in which you're not able to truly inspire, both in your relationship with the person that you're with, because that's a very common thing, or even just out in the world professionally. There's a way in which you're wanting more impact. This work is the cultivation of those skills and the unlocking of that capacity for you to be able to live more in line with your values and really begin to actualize your potential, both inside of work and outside of work in your personal relationships. It's all deeply connected, right? When we're working with somebody, we're working on the house of who they are. And it doesn't matter which access point we go. Sometimes we go through, the backyard. Sometimes we go through the attic. Sometimes we go through the basement. But at the end of the day, we're working on the identity of that person, how they see themselves, their identity level narratives, the beliefs they have about themselves, the things that they learned about life that are showing up as laws in their life that they will not break, that are now showing up as constraints. And these are often invisible as well. We don't really see them clearly because we're too close to them. And so a lot of this work is helping people begin to see the invisible and make it visible so that you can start to be more intentional and choose the rules and the laws and the beliefs that are going to be in line with and supportive of the direction you're actually headed. So anyway, this is a bit of a diatribe, and I absolutely love working with these people. And the insight that I had as I was out here in the mountains is just how intricately connected how we show up in every area of our life is to how we show up in relationship. And a lot of the times we have already experienced some sort of success. Maybe we're successful in one area, but it's really frustrating because in another area, we're feeling that maybe something is atrophied or we lack the necessary skills to get in there. And so that's another piece of the work that I do with people is not only are we working with the deeper drivers of what makes that person who they are and how they are showing up, but we're also helping and supporting putting in actionable, results-oriented models of ways of communicating, ways of influencing, ways of impacting, both in your personal life, in your relationship with the person you love, as well as the work that you do in the world. So if this is of interest to you and you would like to have a conversation, because as I talk about these people who value growth, who value freedom, who value having power in the world, who value love and connection, who are intelligent and feel like they've got most of their life together and there's these other areas they're wanting to fine tune. If you in some ways know that you are like a performance automobile, right? There's a way in which you're not just an average person. There's a life that you've built that you can say you're proud of, and you're wanting to take that to extraordinary levels. I'd love to have a conversation with you and talk about really deeply what it is that you want, what you're aware of that might be standing in the way, and then let's see if there's any synergy there for us to continue the dialogue further. At the very least, perhaps we just start the conversation, and maybe there's a deep insight that you get in the call together, and we have a great connection, and you get sent on your way, and you gain something really valuable to take into your life immediately. All right. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful view as the sun is setting here in Colorado, and talk with you soon.